Have you ever wanted to shoot your friends with projectiles but didn't like the carbon emissions of gunpowder?
Have you ever wished you could legally own a gun that isn't really a gun? Well, wonder no longer.
Introducing the railgun. So, what exactly is a railgun? Well, according to Google, a railgun is a linear motor device typically designed as a weapon that uses electromagnetic force to launch high-velocity projectiles.
Think of it as the same thing as a typical gun, but with electromagnetic force instead of gunpowder.
Railguns are used all over the world, but typically for shooting people.
But you may be wondering, how do we even propel the projectiles in a railgun at a rate that's comparable to even the speed of a bullet? That's because of magnetic flux. Magnetic flux is based on the idea that if a current can generate an electromagnetic field, then an electromagnetic field can generate a current.
The concept of motional EMF uncovered that when a magnetic field has velocity or motion, the magnetic force produced by that pushes the electrons in a conducting bar down to the bottom, creating a polar bar. And according to Faraday's law, if you put that bar in conducting rails and make a closed circuit, then the inner loop of that circuit will generate an electromagnetic field, an induced EMF. However, Faraday discovered that even with an induced EMF, there wasn't any current present. It was only when the magnetic field was changing that a current was induced. That change is called a magnetic flux. So how can we use the concept of magnetic flux to create a railgun? Well, it's simple.
The current from the battery is flowing through the rail on both sides of the rail form. This creates a magnetic field around the rail. This field interacts with the field from the railgun's trolley wheels, right here. This rail's field creates a force at right angles to the field from the magnets. This causes the right side of the rail to be pushed towards you and the left side to be pushed away from you. All of this causes the railgun's trolley wheels to roll, completing the function of our railgun.
Absolutely right, sir.
We started the design process by looking at a website where we could base our design off of, and we started by looking at more militaristic versions, and they ended up being too dangerous and expensive, so we opted for a more frugal approach. And here are materials. Stick. Electrons in a box. A magnet. Shine paper. Electric hair extensions. Bruh.
What you know about rolling down in the deep?
If we were to scale this up to be more powerful, we would probably replace most of the components with more powerful versions. For example, if we were to replace the batteries with higher voltage batteries, we would also need to replace the tracks, the wires, and the carriage, so they can shoot faster and harder and stronger and more powerful.
Welcome to the safety procedure. Firstly, we need a lab coat. Secondly, we need another lab coat, because you never be too safe. Thirdly, take off the lab coats, because it's getting a little hot. Fourthly, if you have any scissors, just for safety, throw them away, because they could be dangerous.
Ow!
Finally, check your body for any extra current. You just want to make sure there's no extra frequencies messing with the experiment.
Wow.
Thanks for watching our video.
You want to end off with a little joke there, Eamon?
Hey, are you a magnet? 'Cause you're really attractive.